What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to another episode of the Totally Cool channel. Wow, we're doing a big run on Iron Man. I think you've seen the first two episodes where we did the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. This is where we get real with Tony Stark's premier armor. This is the ZD Toys Marvel Cinematic Universe Iron Man 1 Mark 3. Remember when he was making the rendering of the Mark III, and he was sipping something, and he saw on the news that there was a party going on, and he had to go there. He said to eliminate the icing, of the first of the Mark II, when he hit a certain altitude, they had to change it from metal or iron or steel, I think, into gold. Had to put some gold alloy in there, and then he said put some hot rod red. So this is that. So let's take a closer look. Okay, from the front you can see the Mark III. Very iconic when he was suiting up, and that's the grimace. The mask that looked like it was just mad at you. Okay, on the right panel, you see Iron Man, Marvel, ZD Toys. On the left, it says Mark III. And on the back, it says some Chinese characters, but it says Iron Man Mark III. And you've got a nice silhouette, or not really a nice silhouette, a nice illustration of how he's going to look. So, let's open him up. Okay, so just take the plastic wrap. Every time I open a toy, I feel happy, of course, because they're gonna see what's inside. But the collector part of me feels a little bit of sadness, because now it's not gonna be. It will never be in its most pristine state, and until you open the box. So it's bittersweet that you're opening the package, but then it's no longer in perfect condition, because it's gonna have fingerprints. It's gonna have some wear marks. But what's the point in having a toy if you don't open it? Well, some people argue that it's supposed to be a collector's item, it's supposed to be a collectible, and you're not supposed to open it. But I'm going through that journey myself. So if you're a collector, choose to keep it in the box, choose to open it, up to you. For me, I'm getting there. So let's get back to the toy. Get back to Iron Man. So again, this is the Iron Man Mark III. And just off the bat, really nice box. It's got, again, just like the Mark 1 and the Mark 2, pretty heavy, pretty sturdy. It's not even flimsy. Look at that. It really holds up. So let's get into it. So now that we've taken the plastic out, I've taken it out of the plastic, what you see is, well, that's the arc reactor, the Mark II arc reactor, and you see the all too distinct mug. It's got a nasty grimace. So just like the Mark 1 and the Mark II, it folds like a closet doors, okay? And inside it's the same, but more of a whole whole illustration, whole picture. But it's also got the inside of that. There's that outer shell, and then here's the inner workings of the armor. And this is very distinct, because when he was suiting up, you could see layers upon layers of how it was so basic and so primitive compared to the Mark 85, which is made of nanotech. But this one is just purely mechanical. It's the marriage of digital and the mechanical. So again, you can take this, remove this, set this aside, and there you have him, the Mark III. It's got gold alloy and hot rod red. As Jarvis said, it would be less it would be less conspicuous with hot rod red. Okay, so let's take him out. Put this guy back in just to keep him safe, and then let's close the box and let's focus on Iron Man. Okay, just like the rest, he has two different panels. This one has more detail. It's got the display stand you have says Mark III. I don't know why they don't put it that way. I mean, it's supposed to look better. Mark III, Iron Man, and Mark II, if you would recall, you go back to the other video, it only has another extra pair of hands, but this one has three more different sets, different pairs. And the Mark I had two blast effects. This one has four. So I think these two could go into the foot, into the boot. So it's like he's flying or hovering. And the other two is probably going to go into the hands. So that it looks like he's blasting away with his repulsor rays, repulsor, whatever. So let's set this aside. Okay, let's focus on Iron Man. Okay, let's see if he has any tape. No tape. Good, pretty good. No tape. No need for box cutters for this one. Okay, I hope I'm right. There's no tape. Yeah, there's no tape. There are dents in the corner to kind of lock it into place. So there. Once you pop it out, everything just follows. Okay. Slowly, slowly. You don't want to break anything. This, by the way, is made out of ABS and PVC plastic. So it's got a nice plastic film to protect the figure from scratching the harder plastic. And wow, this is just, it's like a freshly made red M&M, you know. No, I don't want M&Ms. I don't want it right now. But it's like candy. It's like a red Skittle. It's got nice sheen. It reflects. The light bounces off it, and we've got a nice lighting here, and you see that the detail is really amazing. Now let's get him out. Okay, he's not ready. Stand ready. There you go. Wow, okay, let's set this aside. Isn't that amazing? Just out of the box, he's ready. Okay, so he has closed fists attached to him out of the box, and he's looking down. So let's start from the top down. The head has okay, he has a twist left to right. Now once you get him a little bit loosened up, you can tilt the neck up, okay, but not so much, just up to that, a few degrees up, okay. But it's, I mean, if somebody could only find a way to put LCDs on this guy, you know, light this guy up, light the eyes up, it would be really nice. I think somebody did. So you see the intricate details. You see the rivet marks here where the two panels are joined together. It really closes in on the arc reactor. And then you see the layers of armor in the abs. And then you see the plating, which just overlaps. And then the different layers of red and gold. Like on the biceps, you see the bicep is gold, and you've got the forearms that's gold. So the shoulder has a sort of like a plate or a shoulder pad. Armor shoulder pad, goes up and down, allows you to move this also. Okay, moves up and out and down, and then it also moves forward and backward, just like a regular human shoulder. And then yeah, okay, what's going on? Okay, covers it like that, and then you have the elbow movement up, yeah, and then there's a double joint. There's a joint that connects it to the arm, and then there's another joint that connects it to the forearm, so you can really twist it like that. And then the wrist has a rotation, just like a regular human wrist. Okay, so look at that. Look at that pose. Look at that pose. I will give you the armor. Okay, so the back, again, no waist twists whatsoever. You have the ab crunch. Okay, you have the ab crunch. A little bit on the back. So this is totally frozen, but the abs move like a, well, some people don't have abs, but regular twist like this. And then the hips forward, back, just like, yeah, and then out. You can actually go out. So you can do some ballet poses if you want him to do that. And then same for the knees. The knees have, unfortunately, the knees only have one joint. Okay, just this one joint. So you can lift it up and then move it down, just like that. But you can't pull it back. The only way you can pull it back is if you pull the hip down. Okay? And then the feet have a semblance of an ankle movement, a little bit of inward, outward movement, and up and down. Okay? So that's the joints for you. Okay? Be careful because you might loosen the joints. The shoulder is, again, a little bit more flexible. What I love about this is just like the Mark II, it has some accents where you can lift the flaps, right? So this is like the Mark II, except that the coloring is more, how should I say this? More Iron Man-esque, okay? So look at the paint job. You see the gold on the quads, and then you see the gold here. And it wraps around the whole thing, and then you've got the back, you've got some, on the lower back, you've got some nice accent. Pretty much what would happen if you were wearing, say, a spandex suit, and you would see the cut of the muscles. The Iron Man armor of the MCU pretty much does that. It puts what is so anatomically correct in terms of the muscle and the muscle fibers and all that muscle formation, and translates that into the armor. Okay, so you see the nice accent of the calves and the whole movement. So you can put this back. It also it does a nice job of having the lug holes, and where you see some of the nuts being put there, and you see where screws or bolts would normally go into, like this one. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome, simple figure, and it really brings back the memories of the Iron Man Mark III. So, I mean, don't you just love going back to that moment when Iron Man was suiting up and ready to go to, what's the name of the place, where he had to attack the member of the Ten Rings. Okay, so let's look at his accessories. So we've taken out the stand, and that's where he is standing on right now. It's kind of like his platform. See, Mark III, Iron Man, and let's look at the blast effects. Okay, these ones really still rub off in terms of these rub off. The colors just okay. So there's a hole at the bottom of the boot. Just put it like this. Get another one, like that. And then put him in an action pose. Okay. And then you can replace one of the hands. Just twist it off. I mean, twist it off, not break it off. Okay, pops right out. And then I suggest you look for one of the hands that have the hole where you can put the blast effects in. Okay, this one does not, just shows the arc react. I mean, so the repulsor. You know. Okay, this one. The difference with these two is that this one has a white thing in the middle. You can't put the blast effect in, and this one is just hollow. Okay, so you wrong hand. Okay, there's just hole, and you put it in like so, slowly. You don't want to break a finger. Okay, so he's like that, and then look at the hole. Boom, boom. Twist his head to the right, and there you go. Nice. He's coming at you. Like when he started attacking those, Gomera, that's the name of the place, Gomera. He started attacking the terrorists from 10 rings in Gomera. And then he's flying like this. Right? Nice. Amazing. Okay. So that's enough about the detail. Let's go into the toy review. Okay. I've been trying to make him do the superhero landing pose. He just can't. Okay, it's just not in the cards for this guy. But that's yeah. Superhero landing. Coming from Deadpool. Yeah, and we'll feature Deadpool in a few future episodes. But then, okay, let's talk Iron Man, particularly Iron Man Mark III. Okay. Box, the box itself, just amazing. Look at this. I mean, and then you have the detail of opening it up, and you see what's inside the armor. Really nice thought put into it. I mean, whoever made this box was definitely a fan. You know, that's that's what I love about toys when they're made by fans for fans, because you see how much thought goes into the whole design process, that the box isn't just a packaging. It's also an art. It's also part of the whole collection. So, out of the box, first impression, love the guy. I mean, this is the third review we've done on the ZD Toys Iron Man line, and I couldn't find a single thing that gets me iffy about when I open it first. Every time I open it, I've got that same reaction, like, wow, I want to hold it. I want to see what else it can do, how it would stand, and maybe we'll do I'll just wait a few more episodes. We'll show you these guys in a row. Maybe do the Hall of Armor, but out of the box, just touching him for the first time it's nice, very solid. The joints are not as tight as they should be, but they're good enough. So I think this is a 4 out of 5, a high 4, maybe 4.5 out of 5, just like the Mark II. Mark 1 is a little bit not so much, but this one it just sets my expectations for the next versions of the armor. Price point, just like the Mark 1 and the Mark II, same thing. It's not that expensive. It's about $30, about 1,000, maybe even. If you buy this for 2,000 pesos, you're paying too much, because that's not the SRP for this. So it's about $30, maybe even less, about 25, maybe 27, but it's not going to cost you $50. In the Philippines, you could probably get this, and I'll post the link down below in the comment section where I got this, the online store that I get it from. Pretty nice guys. They're pretty updated in the ZD Toys line. So price point, 5 out of 5. I mean, this is just, that. Look at all of that detail, all of that amazing nooks and crannies for that much. Okay? Again, if you're paying 2,000 pesos for this, if somebody's selling it to you for 2,000 pesos, it's probably good for now, because they've stopped making it. But if you paid 2,000 before, you paid too much. Playability, posability, amazing. I like it. Again, the superhero landing you can't do that. So it's 3.5 for me. Shelf appeal. How does it look on your desk? I mean, if you're working and you're working really hard and you're pretty pissed off with your job, or whatever you're doing right now, at that moment, and you see this just standing there, it's like, see, how stable is it that I move it across the table and it just stands, right? It holds its pose. So shelf appeal, I'd give it a 5. It really pops. It really pops. It just jumps at you. Overall, I think it's a solid 4. ZD Toys has not let me down so far, and I hope they don't, because we've got a lot of armors to go through the next few episodes. I think we've got about 13 or 14 more to go. Plus we've got the suit up gantry, we've got the Hall of Armor and all of that nice stuff. So that's it for Iron Man Mark II from ZD Toys. Mark III from ZD Toys. Mark III, not Mark II. Mark III with the gold and red. And be sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that bell button so that you get notified. Also follow us on Facebook. Same name, same name of the page. And thank you for watching, and happy collecting.